Hey guys, 8-Bit Squid here and welcome to part 7 of this course in making this game I've called Yellow Bird's Flappy Task in Unity with Playmaker. If this is the first time, if you look in the description or in the card in the right here, there'll be a link to lesson 1 or part 1 where we start to build it. But in this one, we are going to work on high scores and saving. And then all we need to do then is add sound. So we're almost finished. Okay, so let's get our high score working. So we're going to create a new object here, call it high score tracker. And we're going to add 3 states to this. And we'll call this track high score, if I spell that correctly. Okay, next we're going to add a custom event. We'll say new HS, no new HS, and we're going to add this to here. Right, so state 1 we'll call check if there is a new HS, so don't make it too big. Okay, and here we'll put new HS and no new HS. Right, so here we're going to do a float compare. And what we're going to do is we're going to compare our score. So we're going to click here to choose a variable, score, and choose score there. To float to, we're going to make a new variable. So we're going to click to use a variable, new global variable, high score. Okay, so if it's equal, there's no new high score. If it's less than, no new high score. Greater than, we want new high score. Okay, and then if no new high score, we don't want anything to happen. It is a new high score. We are going to set float value. And with that, we're going to do globals high score. And we're going to make that into a variable here, choosing score. And that should hopefully work. Okay, so what we'll do is we will hide that. So we'll click on there. We want to go to our high score panel. So let's deactivate our start panel. Go to our game over panel. Now see here we have high score. And what we're going to do here is just change this to be high score, and then here new variable high score string, and then change here to be high score string. Okay, so what I think would be nice is when we do get a high score, we get something to tell us there's a new high score. So we're going to add a text element here because we want this to be different. We'll say new. Let's make that to be 50. And we'll center that. And let's make it a nice color like say green. What's going to stand out? Put it in bold. And then we'll just we'll have that anchored to the center. Deactivate that. We'll put here new HS, and we'll go to our high score tracker, and then in no new HS we'll activate game object. Also activate game object in here. So in new high score, we're going to activate no new high score. And then here, we will specify game object, deactivate no new high score. Now, I think about this, it might not work because when it activates, that will activate, but we will see. If not, we'll just put this into our game over panel. I want to do that every frame. Okay, so let's see if that is working. So we'll deactivate that. And then activate our start panel. We'll hit play. Okay, let's hit play. And we need to obviously get some points. We've got one there. Well, actually, I just realised one thing we forgot to do is on the game over panel, when we get game over, we want to activate our game over tracker, high score tracker, sorry. And then when we get game over, we really should name that game over button, our retry button. On here, we want to then deactivate it. Okay, so all should work now. So let's go for 5. Okay, we've got 6, so we'll get game over. So we've got a new high score there, 7. Let's see. Play again. We're going to die now and see if it's still 7. And there we go, still 7. So that is working. Perfect. So what we want to do is, let's now get it saving. So let's deactivate our start panel and activate game over panel. And on the retry button on here, we want to player prefs save variable. And we'll give it a key. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is like the password which it will use to check if you're accessing the right key. If it's got the wrong one, it won't load. So you need to remember this password. And obviously for every variable you save, you'll have a different password. So we're going to choose type. It's going to be float. And then we're going to choose globals high score. So that now will save to our it will now save our high score. But what we need to do is make sure that we call it to come up when we load the game. So on our start panel, on play here, we're going to add player prefs load variable. And we need to enter the same one. So I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and then we're going to choose float again and then high score. And that is it. Now that will save and load it'll load when we click this and save when we click retry. So what we could also do is, just to be safe, if people just quit, we could also add it to here as well. So we'll add a save here as well. Not necessarily necessary, but it's in case the person quits the game before clicking try again. Okay, so the way to test this is if we clear player prefs here, hopefully we hit play. Let's get a score of 2, game over. We'll close it then. So we'll just make sure it's working again. Oh, okay. So we've got a high score of 1 there. Let's try and get 2 to beat it. Make sure it's going to overwrite our high score. Okay, so now we've got a score of 3. Okay, so we'll play again. Just die here to make sure. So yeah, high score 3. So play again. We'll close it. Now hopefully, hopefully now it will have saved to the project's player prefs. So if we hit play, technically if we die, it should say a high score of 3. And there we go. So we know that it is saving and it is working. Perfect. And what you can do is you go to edit, clear player prefs, then it will clear that out. And yeah, that is it for our high score and saving. So in the next one, we've only got a few things left to do. 1, make the game harder. 2, add some sounds. And then 3, actually build the game. And there will be an optional one after if you want to add touchscreen controls to the game. Okay? So that is it for this video. If you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more tutorials from me. If you have any questions, any problems, or you want to make a request for a Playmaker tutorial, please leave a comment in the comment section down below, or you can join my Discord, link in the description and in the pinned comment. Remember to like and subscribe, and until next time, 8-Bit Squid out.